Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. Now a chance to check out tonight's starting lineups. Tip-off goes to New Orleans. Davis with it. Left side, Davis. Pocket 6. No good on the three. Here is Howard. Now McGrady. Grant Hill on the wing. Pass to Howard. Davis is on it. Now here's Howard. No one near him. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron. Now we go to Doris Burke, who spoke as Scott Skiles. Doris, now Holiday. Paul with the ball. Here's Davis. Davis inside. Shot is blocked. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam. So it's the Pelicans now. 4-point game. Davis puts up the baby hook. And the shot is good.
You know, he'll make you scratch your head and throw your hands up as a defender. I mean, you just don't know how to play
it. And here we go with Chris Paul. Outside Holiday. Pass to Davis. Right side Davis. The shot no good. So it's Orlando now. Right side Hardaway. It's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. On defense, the Magic. 6-point lead. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right. Outside Holiday. 6 on the shot clock. Pass to Paul. Paul left side. Hardaway with the steal. Right side Hardaway. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, they've done a great job of getting into the middle of that defense and scoring in the paint.
Outside Davis. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Back to Davis. O'Neal's there. Right side Davis. And he makes good on the layup.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Now here's McGrady. And here's McGrady. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. The Pelicans trail. Just over 3.5 minutes gone here in the first. Paul outside. Back to Holiday. Pass to Davis. Clock at 4. The shot, no good. Left side Hardaway. Left side Hardaway. Now here's Howard. Back to Hardaway. Left side Hardaway. Blocked. Paul, right side. Back to Davis. McGrady covering. Pass to Paul. Paul, right side. Makes it off the glass. Now here's Hardaway. Here is Howard. Now McGrady. Here's McGrady. Here's Hill. And Davis pulls it down. Pass to Holiday. Outside, Davis. Mashburn. And there's the rejection. McGrady with the ball. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. Once again off the mark, Orlando. And it's the Pelicans' ball. They trail by 6. Dwight Howard grabs the board.
When he's wide open like that, he'll rarely miss those.
Backs in. Now, here is McGrady. A shot by McGrady, no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Now, here is Davis. He lobs it up, and Shaq with the slam. Timeout. Now Paul. Mashburn. Outside Holiday. Shot clock at 5. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Orlando leading. And here is McGrady. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Here's Hill, and he finishes nicely on the layup.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
And so it's New Orleans with it. Paul outside. Outside Holiday. Fires from deep. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pelicans will retain possession. Shot clock at 6. Here's Davis. Now here's Paul. Buries it down low. Here's McGrady. Outside Hardaway. Grant Hill on the wing. There's the 3. And he gets it to go. 5 points in the game.
Well, they've yet to string many stops together.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Holiday with it. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Outside, Davis. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
So Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Now Lewis. Here's Vucevic. Here's Vucevic. Pass to Anderson. And here is Lewis. 5 on the clock. The three-pointer off the mark.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
The rebound by Anderson.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now here's Gordon. Right side Davis. Back to Gordon. Pass to Cousins. Tries from 7. Good. He hits the jump shot. Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
Simply need to just stay the course, Kevin. That's it.
It's been a good course so far.
Yep.
Here's Vucevic. Good. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
We've seen a lot of silly plays like that out of them today. Just way too many.
Pass to Anderson. Here's the 3. Good. He's got 6.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Here are the Pelicans with the ball. 17-point game. Davis up top. Now here's Gordon. Back to Davis. There's a screen. Just 4 to shoot. And Gordon hits from deep. Scott with the ball. Back to Scott. Unloads. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And it's the Pelicans' ball. They trail by 14. Wesley. Here's Davis. Another one falls for New Orleans.
You know, you look at his stats. He's just 2 for 8. That's not a pretty percentage, folks. That's 25%. Not good.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Back to Scott. Pass to Anderson. 6 to shoot. You know what? Now Gordon. Cousins with it. Lewis grabs the board. Francis. This one for 3. Scott. Good.
These defenders are putting up very little resistance to the three-point shot.
And here is Davis. Right side Davis. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 6 points for him.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
On offense, here are the Magic. 13-point lead. Pass to Anderson. And again, it's Orlando with the 3. Outside, Davis. For 3. And nails the buzzer beater. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start the second quarter. And for the Magic here, they've been putting on a show, guys. Here is Armstrong. Pass to Anderson. From the arc. Kept alive. Great. And that one is stuffed right through. And so it's New Orleans with it. 15-point game. Now, here is Stojakovic. Outside, Davis. Pass to Anderson. Back to Davis. Just 5 to shoot. Offline with his 3.
That's something they need to do more of. Get after it on the glass. Go get those boards.
And it's Armstrong missing. Here's New Orleans. Here's the screen. And here's Stojakovic. Now, here is Stojakovic. Ball stolen. Anderson with the ball. Pass to Armstrong. 6 on the shot clock. Anderson nailed from three-point land. He's got 12.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Here's Davis. Here is Anderson. Now here's Gordon. Here's Stojakovic. Gets to the corner and buries it. Orlando dictating the flow. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Armstrong shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And the Pelicans with the possession. Here's Davis. 9 points in the game so far. Back to Anderson. Pass to Stojakovic. Now Davis. Here's Anderson. Off target with his 3. Here is Armstrong. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Anderson up top. Scott can't get it to go. And the Pelicans with possession here. They trail by 18. Back to Davis. Here's Chandler. Soft touch off the glass.
And another thing he's known for all over the league is what an angry shot blocker he is. He does it with an attitude when he knocks it out of the air and sends it behind the shooter.
Here is Armstrong. And here is Lewis. The 3. Armstrong gets the bucket. He has 5.
D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans.
So far, his shot selection has been questionable. A lot of tough, contested shots. If I'm coaching, I might sit him down for a minute.
The Magic making a switch here. And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. That's good.
Excellent communication on the inbound play there, guys. He got in a good position, and the pass was as it needed to be, on time and on target.
To the inside. Grant.
Number 10.
Now Paul. Pass to Holiday. Now here is Stojakovic. And that is good. He has 6.
Boy, he made a nice little bounce pass there. We call that the pocket pass, and he did it well.
It's back to Hill. They set the pick. Right side Hill. That drops.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Outside Holiday. Paul outside. Pass to Stojakovic. Misses the 3. And here is Grant. Here is Armstrong. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
And here comes Paul. Outside Holiday. Pass to Stojakovic. Offensive rebound. Misses from short range. Here is Armstrong. He's got 5. Hill. Now here is McGrady. Here is Armstrong. 5 to shoot. McGrady with the ball. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. And it's the Pelicans' ball. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kevin. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Here is Armstrong. It's back to Hill. Pass to Armstrong. Grant with the ball. Shot clock at 6. outside Hill. And that's collected by Drew Holiday.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Here's Chandler. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk. Orlando dictating the flow. Pass to Grant. Now McGrady. Howard with it. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession. The Magic making a switch here. Here's McGrady. Guarded by Holiday. Poked loose. Now Howard. Clock at 6. McGrady with the ball. Fade away. And Paul pulls it down. Fires at the elbow. Holiday gets the bucket. And here is Hardaway. Grant Hill on the wing. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game. The free throw drops for Hill. Both free throws good from Hill. And here is Paul. Holiday left side. Pass to Paul. Now Stojakovic. Good on the triple. 9 points in the game so far.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Down low. Howard, that's good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
Now here's Paul. Pass to Stojakovic. Back to Paul. Mashburn. And another 3 for New Orleans.
Back-to-back threes for him. The defense is slacking off a little.
Hardaway with it. It's back to Hill. Hill left side. Here's Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. And here's McGrady. And that one's good. McGrady. He's got 5.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Here's Paul. Mashburn. Back to Paul. Outside Holiday. Cannot hit. Lobs up the alley-oop pass. Hammers the alley-oop through. Pass to Paul. Mashburn. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Now Hardaway. Pass to Howard. Now McGrady. Hardaway. O'Neal with it. 6 on the shot clock. Davis is there. O'Neal inside. Howard.
Well, they've really cranked up the intensity, tracking down those loose caroms, stacking up second chance buckets in a big pile.
Paul outside. Pass to Davis. Hardaway with the steal. Here's the break. Now Howard. Backing down. Again, the Magic score.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Here comes Chris Paul. Inside. Here's Davis. Terrific assist, a nice finish. Solid play all around. Now here's Hardaway. Makes the lead pass. O'Neal. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Paul with the ball. Pass to Stojakovic. And another three for New Orleans.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Outside Hardaway. Defended by Paul. From outside the arc. Here's McGrady. He's got 5.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession.
That's a major mental mistake. I mean, there's no other way for me to describe it. He didn't know where he was on the court. That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Now Hardaway. Here's Vucevic. Outside Hardaway. Pass to O'Neal. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. 6 points for him.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
Here's Paul. With 1 on the clock, shot denied. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. As we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. We have seen an exceptional performance from Dwight Howard. Now, here is O'Neal. Pass to Hill. Now, here's Howard. A jump hook, and Howard with the nice bucket inside. 16 points for him.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Paul outside. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Pass to Hardaway. 6 to shoot. McGrady with the ball. O'Neal. And he gets it to go. He's got 8.
Steve, another signature part of his game is the way he runs the pick and roll. He gets so many easy baskets that way. It's a play they should run for him as often as they can.
It's stolen by McGrady. Here's Hill. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Mashburn. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Awesome defense. I mean, he'll hit those unless you're right in his grill.
Now here is Hardaway. Now Hardaway. And the layup falls.
You know, with that much of a height advantage, that's exactly what you should do. Take it straight to the rim.
And here is Davis. 9 points in the game so far. Pass to Paul. And here's Holiday. That one rolling around and rims out.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
Now, here is McGrady. And O'Neal backs in. 6 feet out. That is good. He's got 10. Just over 2.5. Pass to Davis. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. It's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He thought he had that one clean, but the ref saw it differently. They'll count the basket.
3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. Now, here is McGrady. Now, here's Paul. 6 points for him. Pass to Davis. Holiday up top. Shoots. And he throws it down hard with one hand. And here is McGrady. He has 5. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Grant Hill on the wing. Here's Hardaway. Three-pointer. No luck. Davis with it. 11 points in the game. But they get it back. Out of bounds, Pelicans ball as New Orleans keeps possession. Here's Paul. Over Hardaway. Here is Howard. McGrady. Pass to Hardaway. Now Howard. Back to Hardaway. 6 on the shot clock. Here's O'Neal. Shakes him. O'Neal inside. And he lays it up and in. 12 points for him. Now Davis. And it's blocked.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him.
Elbow shot is on the way. And that one's good.
That's a clean look they gave him there, fellas, and he drains those.
Here's McGrady. There's the lob to the hoop. Howard in the post.
Number 1.
And the Pelicans with possession here. And here is Davis. 13 points in the game. Mashburn. Outside Holiday. 4 on the clock. From outside off the mark.
Well, they've only got a slight edge in rebounding when you look at the numbers. But it certainly feels a lot bigger than it is. He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Now here's Paul. He's got 6, and it's good. He's got 9.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Now here's Gordon. Pass to Cousins. Can't hit. And stolen by Cousins. Now here is Holiday. Outside Davis. Back to Holiday. Gordon. Pass to Holiday. Clock at 6. Outside Davis. Now Cousins. 14 feet away. No good off the back of the rim. Now here's Anderson. Off on the layup.
Boy, that's finishing the defense there. He made a good effort on that possession defensively and then closed it out with the rebound.
Pass to Davis. Back to Gordon. Outside Davis. And here is Cousins. Holiday with it. Outside Davis. Beautiful reverse layup. He's got 15.
Really hard to find fault with anything he's doing this quarter, at least at the offensive end.
Pass to Anderson. Scott. They get it back. The three ball. No good. Here's Holiday. There's the pick. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Boy, the struggles have been many here in this quarter. 1 of 6 is what he is now.
Pass to Anderson. And here is Scott. Shoots the three, and it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
Back to Davis. Outside Gordon. Pass to Cousins. Here's Davis. Off target from outside.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just one in the first.
Now here's Lewis. It's tipped and stolen by Cousins. Now Gordon. Now Davis. Outside Davis. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. He's got 17. Francis. Here's Lewis. Pass to Scott. Now here's Lewis. Scott with the ball. Buries the long-range jumper.
And he had one in the first as well. He can be dangerous. Keep an eye on it.
And here's Holiday. Randall. And here is Davis. They set the screen. Floats one. Here's Cousins. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
And you know what else, guys? He instigates so many of their fast breaks just because of how quick and accurate he is with his outlet passes. That's another one of his real nice talents.
He had a nice open look right there. 14 points for him.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Three-pointer. Orlando grabs the miss. Now here's Anderson. He's got 14. Pass to Howard. Now Scott. The tray. And that comes off the assist by Dwight Howard.
Boy, I tell you what, he loves getting looks like that from the three-point line. No one near him. That's a warm-up jumper for him.
Holiday with it. Back to Gordon. Holiday with it. Here's Davis. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. He's got 20.
The points just keep coming for him this quarter. And just at the right time, too, as they try to narrow the deficit.
Pass to Scott. There's the triple. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Davis gets it to go.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
From deep. And yes, sir, that one drops. Here's Cousins. Here's Davis. 1 second left. And it's New Orleans scoring again.
Well, for one, he hasn't let him down. But a few other guys need to pick up the pace if they're going to be good.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. Now Gordon. Pass to Anderson. Fades. And he gets the bucket. Hits the mark. And here's Stojakovic. Chandler down low. Stolen away. And it's out of bounds to the Pelicans. And the Magic making a change here. And here's New Orleans now. Now here's Gordon. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Anderson. Oh, that's blocked. Lewis with it. Leads him in there. And he gets it to go.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
Now Stojakovic. Outside Gordon. Wesley. Shot clock at 6. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
Just got a little careless on that pass. They should be able to connect on those.
And the Magic making a change here. Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Here is Armstrong. Pass to Anderson. Blocked. Now, here is the... Another shot. The shot is off.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Here's Anderson. Sinks the triple.
This guy is simply having a great game from outside.
Here are the Pelicans with the ball. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Now, here's Stojakovic.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. And it's Vucevic missing. Now, here's Anderson. Here's Stojakovic. And the three off target. Now, here's Anderson. Pass to Armstrong. Here's Vucevic. Vucevic with the bucket.
All of the scoring in tight is coming at that end of the court.
Now Stojakovic. Outside Gordon. Well, look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And here's Stojakovic. Pass to Chandler. 6 to shoot. Anderson. It's good from long range.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the three.
Here is Armstrong. Vucevic backing down. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Here's Gordon. Pass to Stojakovic. And here's Anderson. Now Gordon for the three. That one goes. Come.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Now, here's Grant. Armstrong. The third shot of the possession finally falls for him. And the Pelicans with possession here. Now, here's Gordon. Pass to Anderson. Now, here is Stojakovic. From downtown, Anderson's shot is off.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Now Lewis. Here is Armstrong. Lewis with it. Just 5 on the clock. Fires it up. Here is Armstrong. No good there off the double clutch. Gordon with it. Pass to Anderson. Outside Gordon. Now here's Anderson. Fires the three. But he gets it back. Bangs home the trifecta. Here's Orlando now. Now Anderson. Here's Vucevic. Vucevic down low. Pass to Anderson. Now Lewis. Back to Anderson. And again, it's Orlando with the three.
Once again, he's able to knock down the long-range jumper. He's on automatic. Just a brilliant game.
Back to Gordon. Wesley. Beyond the arc. Now here's Anderson. And another three for New Orleans. Here is Armstrong. Vucevic. Vucevic down low. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot two. The first free throw is good. Good on both. And here's Gordon. Back to Anderson. Lets it go with the three. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Well, nothing was going down for him in the first half, but since the break, he's been on target.
Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. Now here is Davis. Pass to Davis. Davis with it. Here we go, one-on-one. Hill left side. Now McGrady. Inside to Shaq. That's good.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Outside Holiday. Back to Davis. Outside Davis. Pass to Holiday. No good from outside. Here is Howard. And here is Hardaway. Puts the lead pass in front of him. O'Neal inside. Here's Paul. Outside Davis. Off target from three-point range.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
McGrady with the ball. Inside to Shaq. Takes it from 10. And Orlando again with the bucket.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. The defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Outside Davis. Pass to Holiday. Back to Davis. And it's off from three-point range. Howard with it. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And Shaq with the slam.
Hardaway.
Holiday. Clark, they've been looking out of sync offensively.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Paul, right side. Pass to Davis. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Outside Hardaway. Back to O'Neal. Defended by Paul. Lock at 6. The putback. Throws it down with the quick putback jam. Back to Holiday. Pass to Davis. O'Neal's there. 6 on the shot clock. Davis with it. Shot from the wing. No luck.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Outside Hardaway. And here is O'Neal. Davis is there. From 6 away. Shaquille O'Neal again. 20 points for him. Paul outside. Pass to Holiday. Here's Hardaway. Grant Hill on the wing. Right side Hill. Back to Hardaway. Paul with the steal. Davis inside. Here's Holiday. Nails the wide-open jump shot.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Now, here is McGrady. Outside Hardaway. Outside Hardaway. Again, the Magic score. And the Pelicans with the possession. Back to Davis. Right side Davis. Holiday. He's against Hill. McGrady with the ball. Back to O'Neal. McGrady with the ball. Backing down is Howard. Goes up low. The shot is off. And here we go with Drew Holiday. Here's Paul. Misses. And so it's Orlando. Dwight Howard.
Walking in the sunshine.